I'm so glad you could be here, Steph. If you could actually, before we get started, tell us about your startup, actually. Where did the idea come from? What are you guys doing?
So I'm the CEO. My name is Stephanie. I'm the CEO of Restopolitan. I built this company like 5 years ago, and the idea was to create a French open table, meaning like a table management system for restaurants and a booking online platform, like a GDS, Global Distribution System, for booking restaurants in France. And we changed our business model. We made a pivot like 1 year ago. And now today we are a membership card that allows you 2-for-1 deals in restaurants. That's it.
Okay, so you did a good pivot, and we'll come to that in a minute. But first, tell me, in terms of funding, before you even met all these big guys, what money were you using?
So at the beginning, we presented like many startup, how do you say, concours?
Yeah, contest,
Yes,
competition.
many competitions for startups in French, which helped us to raise 100,000 euros at the beginning. And then we raised 450, I guess, 450, 100,000 euros from the Loi TEPA. I don't know if you heard about it. It's
We discussed a little bit,
yes,
but
okay,
go ahead.
yes. So the idea is for people who will have like a lot of money, instead of paying taxes, they put it inside like stocks for companies, and so it helped us to raise this amount of money for like 10% of the capital.
Okay.
Yes, so which was very great at the beginning. It was like 4 years ago, and so we started like this, and then we raised 1 million euros with what you call like the big guys, and so 8 business angels.
Tell me who they are. Who do you have in your capital?
So we have Kima Venture with Xavier Niel and Jeremy Berby. We have Jacques-Antoine Grandjean from Vente Privée, and Ilan Benaim, which is one of his partner in Vente Privée. We have, my God, we have like Marc Simoncini from Mythique. We have Oleg Chelzov from Fotelia. We have Steve and Jean-Emile Rosenblum from Pixmania. Jean-David Blanc from Allociné.
So you guys can see, I don't say the big guys for nothing.
Am I missing someone? We have Thomas Langman, which actually is the producer from French movies. And
Okay.
that's it.
Okay,
Yes.
so we have 1 million with all of these, essentially most of the biggest names in French tech. Tell me, how did you even get into a situation where you could pitch them? What's the story behind how you met? Who did you meet? What happened?
Well, actually, I think it's like a lucky star story more than anything else. Actually, I was raising money from VC and trying, to get some money from VCs, and I met Oleg completely. Someone introduced me to him. It was May 2010, and Oleg just like looked at the business plan and said, "Okay, I think I'm in. I'm gonna check if Jeremy is in too, and we'll see what's gonna happen." I was like, "Okay, you don't want to see the Excel, you don't want to see like nothing." He was like, "No, that's fine. I'm completely convinced about the business model." And actually, just to be really honest, OpenTable just made its IPO like a few months before, so that was kind of great for us. Yes, and so Oleg spoke with Jeremy. I spoke with Jeremy on the phone, and I explained him the model, the company, and so on. And he was like, "Okay, I'm into. We're gonna check during the weekend if someone else is interested, because we never put more like than 200,000 euros. So we'll see who's interested." And 2 days after, so Monday morning, I get a text message from Marc Simoncini, who said, "Good job, the buzz is working. We're all in." I was like, "Okay, who's all in?" And so they spoke. Actually, I heard the story after that. They all spoke during the weekend, saying, "Are we in? It's not dangerous, like to put money in the company with only a girl. She has no partners. She's less than 30 years old." There is La Fourchette, which was one of our competitors from the first business model. And finally, after discussing so much, Jean-David from Allociné said, "Okay, that's fine. A girl who's able to, took all our time for a weekend, we have to do it." So they did.
Great. And so now you have all these, essentially the big guys, I'm going to call them, in your company. How does this play out? Do you have we were talking earlier about Loi TEPA and how you can have sometimes people who don't have experience telling you how to run your business. Now you have like 10 people who really know how to run a business, maybe have really competing personalities. Have you ever had difficulties working with them?
To be truly honest, I never have like I never had like difficulties working with them. The only difficulty is that to really understand what you expect from them, and that's what you have to find out with each of them. And it's definitely not the same, for example, with Xavier, with Jérémy, with Jacques-Antoine. So that's always very different. Anyway, they're very good on their business, their job, their industry, and so on. But their role is definitely not to make your business working. So you have to do it on your own. But what I really learned from them was how to run a business anyway. For example, like it's stupid thing like managing your team, writing emails, reactivity, the way you look at your sector, like stuff like that. It's definitely that, which helped me a lot.
And tell me, I mean, I imagine that it must be beneficial to be working with some of these people. What are some examples?
Watching them working actually is the most.
Really?
Yes, definitely. It's more like watching them working, interacting with their team, interacting with their partners, and how they can see their own industry. I think that's where I learned the most.
And you haven't had to raise, or are you looking to raise more money later this year?
No, because we were profitable like 1 month after the pivot, so which was great.
Tell me about the pivot, because you mentioned it briefly earlier, but what did you guys change?
So we raised the 1 million 2.5 years ago, and we stayed in the open table model. But after 1.5 years, we were like, okay, it's definitely not like growing as we wanted to. So we had like 4 months left of cash, which is quite, really short. And I didn't want to raise anymore if I haven't found before the good model. So I said, okay, I have like 48 hours to find something else, and we'll try to do it in 4 months, and we'll see what's going on. And so that's where we had the idea of the membership card, which has an amazing margin, and we know like really good restaurants. We know that like discounts in restaurants is working, and we try to find like a premium way to put discounts in restaurants, and we did it.
Okay, and now I think you're to date the only person to have raised with all of these guys, but are they frequently teaming up to invest in other companies? Do you know?
It's really rare that they're all teaming up all together. But anyway, most of the time, Jeremy had the best deal flows. And so most of the time, he's speaking with Jacques-Antoine, for example, giving him advices regarding companies he has to invest in. And with Steven Joymil also. So most of the time, there are like 2 or 3 of them.
Okay.
Yes, when they invest.
Great. Well, Steph, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I don't know if anyone here has questions. I was sure somebody had a question. Can you introduce me to everybody?
Hi, my name is Jean-Luc, and I'm the founder of Storyation, so a social network where people introduce each other to their friends. And I had a question, because you raise so much money, and we probably are all very afraid of giving our equity when we raise that much money. I don't know if you can...
How do you manage that?
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good question, because it was a really tough moment for the story. So I get the term sheet like 5 or 6 days after they said, okay, we go. And everybody had to sign it. So we changed like a few things, but we all were supposed to sign it. I signed mine, Steven Joymil signed theirs, and nothing else happened, like for 3 days after that. So I was like, okay, I think there is a problem. And I called Oleg, which was like the leader, who took the lead on the investment. He was like, yes, I think this one, I won't say the name, has a problem. They want like a double D plus and all the word thing, regarding a term sheet. And so that was a really tough moment, because I was really sure I needed this money. I was really sure it would have to happen, but actually it was kind of screwed. So I was like, what do I have to do? And finally, it took me like 1 week. And at the end, I said, okay, if you don't want to invest, that's fine. I'm going to do it another way, and we'll let it go. And so I think they were really surprised I react this way. And so finally, we sat on the table, and it was fine. But that was a really tough moment to negotiate all the terms. Yes, really hard. And I was alone. I don't have any partners to. Yes.
So did you manage to keep the control of your company?
Yes, I have more like 50% of my company still.
And I have another question. In terms of networking, what did they bring to you? Because we hear a lot like business angels bring much more than money. Did they really help you with the networking thing?
It really depends on each one of them, and that's what I was saying exactly at the beginning. You have to get what you should expect from each one of them. And for example, Jeremy is really good for networking. He will introduce you to everyone. He's really perfect for that. But for example, for Jacques-Antoine, it's not his job. He's better, for example, to set like a big event for Restopolitan inside the website Vente Privée, which was really great. So you know, it depends on what everyone can do. But regarding networkings, I'm not sure that's the big thing you have to expect.
Do we have any more questions for Steph? Even en français.
I do speak French, actually.
All right, Steph, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.